Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to float fish or drift fish for trout. We'll first go through the setup, how to find the holes you want to fish, how to actually fish the drift, and then put it all together and catch some big trout, baby. Let's go fishing.
Fish on! Fish on! Fish on! Woo! Hey, Jack!
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the setup. So the float I'm using is one of these trout magnet floats. The nice thing about this is that they're super lightweight, and that means they're easier to get pulled underwater, which is going to let you notice some of those little strikes that trout will do. A lot of times they'll barely kind of take it down. And if you're using a big bobber, that might be hard to see, and you might not even know you're getting a bite. Well, with this light bobber, especially ones that are more pointed at the bottom, they get slicked under easier, and it's going to allow you to see a lot more of the actual fish bites than if using a heavier bobber. Then going down to the actual bait, you can use pretty much anything here. A jig. I just have like a little fly on here. One of my favorite things to use are trout magnets. They basically come on a jig head already that's a little heavier, which will give you that weight to get it to pull down. However, if you are using something lighter down here, you might want to add a split shot or two on that line, and that's going to give it weight to bring it down into the water towards the bottom where the trout are holding. So really, it's going to depend on the depth of the water, where the trout are holding, as well as how fast the water is moving to determine how much weight you really need at the bottom here for your lure. But that's the main setup. Now we'll go show you how to find the holes where the trout live in.
So right here behind me, there's a perfect float spot because we've got 4 different rapids coming into one hole. So that allows there to be like 5 or 6 pockets in between them. You really want to target those pockets. Those are going to be the eddies where the trout are hiding out. So I definitely cast between each rapid and try my luck because there might be a trout at every single one, and we can hook them up, baby.
When you're fishing a float rig, you want to keep your line out of the water as much as possible. Otherwise, the current's going to take your line down, and it's going to affect how the bait gets presented downstream. It's going to look like it's going to be dragged. So what Jack's going to do is cast it out and then keep his pull high so his slack line doesn't get in the current, and that'll just give it a nice natural float down the river.
Sometimes what I like to do is let the line out a bit. If you see your line getting caught up, just let it come out, and then your bobber will end up staying in the same spot.
You can see there he's keeping the slack line out of the water. That's allowing his bait just to float naturally. The trout's going to be a lot more likely to hit it. Ooh. Fish on! Fish on! Fish on! Woo! Hey, Jack! With the float, baby! Woo, woo, woo! Woo! Oh, he's beautiful! Woo! I can't see him in the wash. Woo! On the trout magnet, baby. Look at that.
We were just talking
about it. Just like we said. Just kind of floated right on the edge of that current, and Jack hooked into a beauty.
One thing with trout, you will always make sure to wet your hands before handling the fish because they're such delicate creatures. Easy out.
Boom, trout magnet, baby, all day. Jack slayed that one. He took it, and he was running right on the edge of that current.
Booyah on the trout magnet on the float rig, baby. That's how we do it.